You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You are listening to the Q&E Podcast, and you're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. Today, we are reviewing Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, the most anticipated movie this year, I think, outside of Jordan Peele's Note that came out this summer. I think this was the movie a lot of people were waiting to see. Avatar, too. Avatar come out in December, but we haven't got we haven't gotten a Marvel movie that we were looking forward to in a minute, really. It's really been a lot of shows.
I mean, I was looking forward to Thor. I was really looking forward to Thor, but we know what we got with it. And I was looking forward to Doctor Strange, too. So we can't say that, bro. We can't say that because we were looking forward to those two movies, bro. Especially Doctor Strange, too.
I don't know if I was looking forward to Thor as much.
Not really Thor, but Doctor Strange, we was really looking forward to it. I think the result of it is what you're baking into the anticipation. Because we seen it and it was like, oh, it wasn't all of that. And Thor was the same thing. It's like we seen Gore the God Butcher. I know I was hyped for Thor because I wanted to see how they were gonna portray Thor or Gore, and that's why. But we got the result, and so it was like, So it's like I
wasn't too hyped on Thor. I wasn't too hyped to see Thor. I liked it when I did see it, but even with Thor Ragnarok, before I saw Ragnarok, I wasn't too hyped to see it because the Thor franchise just sucked ass for the first two movies. So every Thor movie I walk into now, I'm just hoping that I'm not bored watching it.
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah, I think Black Panther did an amazing job, and we finna go ahead and get into this review.
Yeah, Black Panther was interesting, bro, because I think there were some good parts, but I honestly was not too big on the film, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. First of all, it was way too long, bro. I didn't know how long the movie was gonna be until like an hour before I went. But when I seen that runtime be almost 3 hours, I said, bro, I almost questioned going to the movies that first night because I seen how long it was, bro. 3 hours long for a fucking Marvel movie that isn't Avengers? That is too long, bro. I tweeted that out yesterday, bro. If it's not Avengers, I do not want that shit to be 3 hours. Did this movie have to be 3 hours? No, it did not. They could have cut a lot of shit out. If we being real, they could have cut a lot of shit out so we could have really got to the point, and they could have had this shit at 2 or less. But the first hour, I didn't know if I was gonna make it, bro. I was going in and out of sleep, bro. I was like, hey, this movie was too long at the beginning, bro. It was too long.
I highly disagree. It was too long to me, bro. I think this movie was timed well. I think I'll go ahead and give my favorite part of the movie. My favorite thing about the movie. I won't get into my favorite part yet. But my favorite thing that I enjoyed about the movie was how they presented Talokan to us for the first time. Talokan being the underwater city, which was a former Surfers World city, tribe, I should say, that Namor, the antagonist in this film, is from. If you guys who don't know who Namor is, he was Aquaman before Aquaman. I know a lot of people know who Aquaman is, but just to give some type of synopsis on the character, Namor is what inspired the character Aquaman that you see with DC. So I love the whole Talokan aspect of how we got to go deep into the depths of the ocean and really see an underwater civilization. So shout out to the cinematography team of Marvel that did a beautiful job capturing that, because I don't think we've ever seen anything like that beautiful. I know people say the Aquaman movie did a good job, but I just feel like
this was better.
When I compare the two, I think this was just better because it just had a more realistic look to it. It didn't look all kingdom-like and shit underneath.
Yeah,
but it looked like a rural type of tribe for real. So I love that aspect about it.
Because what is it called? Isn't it called like Atlantis in like the comics, or did they change it to Talokan for this? They made it more Aztecian for this film, but I think it's Atlantis.
For this film.
Yeah, but I think it's more so Atlantis because they showed you when they were in like the underground civilization that it was like an empire type of building, like set up in the back. They never really went inside of it, but I think that would have been more so showing you like the kingdom, like the more so lavish parts of the Talokan Empire. And I think that would have been dope to see inside of that because they just showed you the outside, but then they just kept exploring like all of the other parts of the underwater civilization. But yeah, it looked beautiful, bro. I definitely fuck with how everybody was so chill when they were in there. Nobody was really trying to attack him. Like they was really chill people, and they really just wanted to get Riri Williams. That was really the only problem with this whole movie. They wanted to get Riri, but the Wakanda aspect, I don't know. I didn't like it, bro. I did not like this film, dog. I did not like this film. I did not like it, bro.
The first one was better. I didn't want to walk into it thinking it would be better than the first one.
I wasn't even comparing it to the first one. I wasn't even comparing it to the first one, bro. I was just thinking how they were going to go about this film. And I wanted to know how much they were going to tie in the losing Chadwick point and how much we were going to get of like the new Black Panther. And I think they had too much of like losing Chadwick on their mind. It could have been something quick where it's like we moving on from him. Because like I feel like right after that funeral, we could have jumped right into the movie. Like that first 10 minutes was cool. Like, okay, you showing us he died, he passed away. Okay, he had an illness. Cool, we should be into the movie. But I felt like for an hour after that, we're still like going through the effects of his death. And it's like, damn, you already showing us a year later. It's like we understand that the mourning process could have been simmered down by that time. We should have just dove right into it. But I still feel like we didn't get Black Panther until 30 minutes until the movie was over. It's like, damn. And it was no surprise because we all knew it was Shuri. So it's like, okay, it's like, what did we really get from this movie for real, bro? We get no surprises at the end. We get Val throughout the movie, and she doesn't even end up playing a part at the end. We don't even see her toward the end of the movie. I like the
Easter egg. I like the Easter egg they put in with that because she's Ross's ex-wife. Never knew that. Would not have guessed that.
No, I wouldn't have guessed that either.
I like that part about it. Now, did she do anything in the movie? No, she was really there for cameo purposes. But I think that's an important aspect we're going to pay attention to moving further down the line, that she's related to Ross in some way.
And the part I really didn't like about this film, bro, it's like I could have dealt with everything else that happened, but it was the fact that she didn't kill she didn't kill Namor. That was the part that annoyed me the most because he just flooded your whole entire empire. He flooded Wakanda.
And killed your mom.
He killed your mom and killed your mom. You feel what I'm saying? So you mourning through your mother dying. You end up getting the, what do they call that purple shit, bro? And the
vibranium.
To become black.
The heart-shaped aid. The heart-shaped herb.
the heart-shaped herb. So you end up getting that in your system. So you strong. You Black Panther now. You end up seeing Killmonger in your dream. So we already know what type of time you're on because you see Killmonger. You know what the similarity is between that. You want revenge if you see Killmonger in your dream. Cool. So I'm thinking she's finna really go through with it. I'm thinking that's really going to be the highest point of the movie. When she has the chance to actually go through with it, so the person that killed your mom and flooded your civilization, she doesn't do anything. She lets him live. And now we randomly see the whole two civilizations come together as an alliance. It's like, what? So we just gonna move past him killing the queen? He killed the queen of your civilization and y'all cool like ain't shit happened? What the fuck is up with that? Kill that nigga. Make that nigga. And I understand they cannot kill Namor because he's such a big player in the MCU, but fuck all that. He just killed the queen of Wakanda. He should have been dead, bro. I hated that shit. And I was telling my sister yesterday, they making so many characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe the same, but different races. Like every other hero we know would have done the same whack ass shit and not have killed Namor, bro. They would have been like, oh my goodness, you got me mad, but I ain't gonna kill you because I gotta spare your life. Why does all of these heroes have the turn the cheek mentality? Why doesn't anybody just go through with it? I feel like that would add so much edge to Black Panther, bro. It would add so much to it. You know what I'm saying? Because we already get punched around as whipping bad so much as black people. Fuck it and kill that nigga.
Because I don't disagree with them being allies at the end, but I think there could have been a different way they went about it. Because when we get to the end of the movie, they're having that final fight scene on the desert beach or whatever. And she did the explosion when she made the X on her chest and like basically singed the fuck out of Namor back. Yeah. I thought she killed him in that moment, but somehow, some way, he was still alive, laying on the ground. I'm thinking, damn, she really killed him. It's not the fact that she let him live and they built an alliance. It was the way they did it. Like, to your point, they ride back to the fight and
they cool.
they cool and they showing everybody, look, we're together. Like, let's just go back down into the water, bro. What they should have done, if she's gonna spare his life, there should have been some type of threat to it. She should have been like, we'll never bother you again, as long as y'all never bother us, but y'all got to get the fuck from around and go back the way y'all came from. Like, if it was some shit like that, to where like it's not a partnership, but there's like a silent alliance of where it's like, hey, we don't really fuck with each other, but we don't.
That's what it should have
either.
That's what it should have been. That's what it should have been, bro. Because look, the Talokan and the Wakandas were fighting against each other. As soon as Shuri and Namor roll up on the ship, like everybody just stops fighting and starts to cheer their separate chants. It's like, what the fuck? We were just beefing like 2 seconds ago fighting, and now we talk about Wakanda Forever and Talokan Forever. Like, what the fuck? It didn't make sense, and it was too quick. And you already see what Namor's intentions are, because Namor already knows that the government is going to be back for the vibranium, and he knows that the Wakandans are going to need the Talokan. So he already has bad intentions, but you not going through with the kill leads us into this situation when it could have been deaded right there, bro. I feel like it should have been deaded. That was one big part that I hated. It was other parts of this movie I didn't like as well, but that was just one that just sticks out the most of like, why does every character have to be the same in that scenario?
Because when she let him live and he goes back down and he's talking to one of his head generals, you know, he had the woman and the man head generals of his army. When she was talking to him, and like towards the end of the movie, she was asking like, why are we not trying to go back and fight? Like, why are we not trying to kill them? And he was telling her, she let me live, which clearly shows they have some type of empathy towards us. And they're going to need us later down the line anyway. That speech could have still been given if she would have let him leave on some type of threat type of basis of do not fuck with Wakanda anymore. Like, I don't fuck with y'all, but I'm going to let you live because that's the type of person I am. But I don't agree with the whole buddy shit. So I do agree with you on that. It's like, y'all can be allies because we're already in the anti-hero phase of Marvel at this point anyway. So we don't need y'all to be buddy. We just need y'all to not like interfere with each other, but then come together when some shit is affecting both of y'all. Like, I think that's what we would have liked a lot more. Not some shit later in the next movie. Oh, we just know y'all friends with Namor and them now.
Yeah.
Like, because it would have been so much better if later down the line in the next Black Panther or whatever, if we still don't know if Namor cool with y'all. It's like, yeah, you let him live, but are they willing to help y'all? And it would have made a lot more sense moving forward. But now it's just like, okay, we know who friends now. So shit.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And just going back to the Black Panther point of like her seeing Killmonger in her dream. I just think that would have been such a dope connection if she would have connected with him, if she would have just went on and just killed him, and that would have been the connection. So every time she goes to the ancestral plane or wherever she was in this movie, she sees Killmonger and gets advice from Killmonger. That would have been such a dope thing, because the thing is, I didn't like her seeing her mom like later in the movie and seeing her mom. I didn't like that shit because you're not in the same situation that Chadwick Boseman was, where his father died, but he had you and had his mom to really be his support system. You are by yourself. You have nobody else to depend on. You're really in Killmonger's shoes because Killmonger had nobody to depend on. Killmonger's family was dead, just like you. He's from Wakanda. You're in that same position where everything is on your shoulders and you have to be queen by yourself. You have to be Black Panther. You're in the same position as him. You have the closest similarity to him. You don't have the similarity with Chadwick or to your mother. So the fact that you see her in the movie didn't make sense. The Killmonger one made sense. So it would have made more sense for you to kill Namor in that scene. It just would have made more sense. But I understand that, like I said, Namor is important to the future of the MCU. But just for the movie aspect, it just would have made way more sense if she just would have went through with it, bro. And she would have had that edge. Like you said, we're already in this anti-hero phase, bro. If you do it, it's like, oh shit, it would have surprised everybody, because you're not surprising nobody showing us that Shuri is going to be Black Panther. Everybody was predicting that. But showing us that she has some edge to her, showing her that she's not the same as her brother, that would have been like, oh, she different for real. That adds something to the character now. Now it's like, damn, she basically just a woman Black Panthers. Like, that's it. No edge, no difference. okay, like I don't really know how I feel about her now. I feel like the Edge would have been such a good thing for her, though, bro. I really think that.
And one other critique I had was going back to your point of we just didn't get enough Black Panther. Like we didn't get Black Panther until like the last 35, 40
the
minutes,
last 30
if that,
minutes
of the movie. And I didn't like that aspect of it because there were moments in the movie that she could have benefited from already being Black Panther. There were like 2 to 3 other action scenes where it was like, damn, like I wish she had the Black Panther, at least had a suit on, even if he got the superpowers, you know what I'm saying? So that let me down a lot because I was thinking we were going to see Black Panther stuff in the beginning of the film, sprinkled throughout the middle, but then really is Black Panther towards the end of the film because you thought it was going to be multiple. You thought we was going to see multiple Black Panthers.
Exactly. I thought M'Baku was going to be a Black Panther, but I
thought
really
he might have been one of
her.
some shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't even shock me that it was just her. It was just the fact that, damn, like it took us this long for us to finally see the damn suit.
That's what I mean by the movie.
We were begging for it at that point. Like, damn.
And that's what I mean by the movie was too long. If you're not going to sprinkle in Black Panther throughout the movie, because now you just giving us nothing but story, bro. So it's like, damn, I'm just sitting here just going through dialogue, nothing but story. Okay, yeah, you got your civilization flooded by the Taliban, but still no Black Panther, no Black Panther. Like you said, the last 40 minutes, we finally see shit. We finally see Riri Williams as Ironheart. It's like, damn, why couldn't we get this shit throughout the movie when we first see the Taliban come up?
Well, we had some Ironheart shit early. We had Ironheart shit.
We did, but it wasn't like the full operational suit like we see it at the end. It was more so like what she made from like broken parts.
First prototype type shit.
Yeah, prototype type thing. But we see like the full aspect of it in the end. But yeah, bro, that was one thing I didn't like. And like I said, also every character being the same. And honestly, I wasn't too big of a fan of Riri Williams, bro. I don't know. I'm talking about Riri Williams, the character. I didn't fuck with her, bro. She felt corny to me, dog. And my sister said the same thing. Because I was thinking the same thing throughout the movie, but I was like, maybe I'm tripping. But I was like, she really felt corny to me. The jokes, and this goes back to what I've been saying about Marvel. Every character is the same. Everybody doesn't have to be the same in terms of like the joke timing and everything like that. Like, oh, the one-liners at a weird moment. Like, everybody doesn't have to do that in these Marvel films. You can have a cold-blooded ass character that could be dope. Everybody don't got to make jokes. Why can't somebody just be serious in those type of moments? Like, everybody has to be the same with this Marvel cookie cutter system that they have in place. And that's what I'm not like about. And I think that's what the problem with the whole phase 4 as a whole has been. Because remember, I said the same thing about Thor. Like, Thor had jokes that I was like, they have too many jokes in here where it's like, I didn't fuck with it for real. While Ragnarok had a nice balance of joke and seriousness, but Thor 4 felt like it was too much. And Riri Williams as her character just felt just so annoying and just so corny to me. It was like, God damn. And I'm really not trying to come up as a hater because I know I'm going to come up as a hater, but it is what it is. Because I really wanted to come into this film and love this shit. But I just came away from it and I'm just like, damn, it was a lot of things I just didn't like about this shit. I didn't like the fact that Val wasn't in it enough. Val wasn't had nothing to do with it at the end. Because they
showed her and didn't give us enough of her. So,
but didn't they show the government like planting mines in Wakanda? Like, you don't remember the helicopters dropping mines down in Wakanda? It looked like they were going to take the vibranium out of Wakanda or out of the ground. You don't remember that scene?
Nah.
Yeah, like they were trying to mine the vibranium.
This was early in the movie?
This was later in the movie, bro. This was after the last time we seen Val. Because you remember the last time we seen Val, she was talking to my man.
She was at Ross' house.
She was at Ross' house telling them like, yeah, you're going to go to jail, basically. I feel like it was the next scene. It was some mines being dropped down in Wakanda. It looked like they were going to steal the vibranium from there.
Wow. I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that part? And that's why I was like, why didn't we see her again? Because I'm like, weren't they trying to steal the vibranium right there? It didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was tripping. Maybe that was out of context for me. But I swear the next scene after that, we see mines getting dropped in from like helicopters, like they were going to take the vibranium out of Wakanda. But then we just skip right forward to like the fight between the Taliban and the Wakandas. And it's like, oh, I guess we're not going to talk about
it. I gotta see that. I gotta see it again. I'm gonna watch it again, but I'll pay attention to that part next time because I don't remember that part.
But that's another thing. Damn. Do I want to watch this again? This 3-hour ass movie and get this? I told my sister yesterday I don't want to watch this shit again, bro.
I agree. They gave a lot more Chadwick than I was expecting. We wanted a decent amount of it, and like you said, the funeral part at the beginning was beautiful. And I want to get my piece off about that. That funeral shit was beautiful. The moment of silence, the way they went into the Marvel Studios with how they usually show all the heroes, they just gave us a whole Chadwick scene with a moment of silence. Like that shit was beautiful. The end when she burned her funeral clothes, and we just see a montage of Shuri and T'Challa for like a good 30 seconds. Like that shit was nice. So those moments of T'Challa or Chadwick Boseman, I should say, the memory of him, those were nice. But outside of that, I agree with Quincy. We didn't need a whole lot of mourning and just constant conversation of how this is affecting you. We could have got that while she was trying to carry the mantle of Black Panther. That would have been cool then, because if you're Black Panther, at least an hour of the movie, but you're still having the thoughts and contemplations of, damn, I miss my brother, or damn, what would T'Challa do in this instance? Like while I'm fighting these people in this suit, like if we would have got a bunch of moments like that, that would have been fire. Especially with your point of Killmonger being in her head. So it's like, damn, you got your own conscience of what my brother would do in these situations, but then you also have Killmonger in your ear because that's who you ancestrally connect to. So it would have been a tug of like, it'll been the cliche angel on one shoulder, devil on the other shoulder. But it would have been cool at least. So I don't know. Those are a few things that I didn't necessarily like, but I still like the film better than Quincy. I like it more than him. I think it was a better film than what he's saying.
Because this is how it should have been. Because like I said, I was cool with the actually mourning him, but like the first 10 minutes was cool when they were obviously walking down the walkway. They had the casket or whatever. They had the funeral. I was cool with that because that was only like 10 minutes. So I'm like, okay, we're moving past that. What they should have did after they say 1 year later, they should have just cut to her being Black Panther. Because the fact that she didn't already have this shit in place, like she was trying to make the heart-shaped herb before or try to recreate that, it's like, why was that not already trying to be recreated already? We should have just cut to that. It's been a year. You telling me nobody wanted to be Black Panther?
She was trying to do it before.
But I'm saying we should have just cut right to it, and that would have just led to more Black Panther shit in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just going through, she doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to do it. She's one of the smartest people on the planet, bro. We're just going to assume she know how to do it. We just cut to her in the lab, and this shit is connected. She get a couple of things wrong, but she finally gets it right. Okay, I got the heart-shaped herb. I take it. Now we dive into the movie for real. Now we got to save Riri Williams. Now we got to do all this other shit with the Talokan. That would have made it so much better with her already having her powers at the beginning instead of waiting until the end. And it's like, damn, we just got a 2-hour fill in between the funeral and her actually fighting as Black Panther. It's like, damn, it should have been at the beginning, bro. Right after that, 1 year later. I think that would have made it better.
I don't know if I would have wanted it that soon because how long would you wanted the movie to be? I think the movie was like 2 hours, 47 minutes.
2 hours would have been cool with me, bro. Or a little over 2 would have been fine.
So like 2 hours, was like 2 hours and 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, Doctor Strange was about 2:05. Yeah.
So yeah, they could have did something like that. Yeah, that extra.
Because you could have still tied in Riri Williams because she was the one who started the trouble with the Talokan, making that device that can obviously find the vibranium. So the Talokan was always going to have a problem with Riri Williams. I like the fact that Riri Williams was tied in. I just didn't like the character of her. But you know that she's going to have her show coming up. So obviously we have to see her in something. So they had to put her in this movie. Like you could have still had all of that, but just would have introduced the Shuri being Black Panther point way earlier, bro, and that would have been dope. It was like, okay, now we see her fight against some people that's trying to invade. Like she could have been a part of that fight instead of the Dora Milaje fighting the government when they were trying to infiltrate and get the Wakandans vibranium. It could have been Black Panther right there. That could have been Black Panther taking them down instead of the Dora Milaje in that first scene.
Well, I don't know if I would have wanted her that soon. I would have wanted like they did too much of it, but there was a lot of contemplating of if she really wanted to take up the mantle, if she cared to even continue the legacy of Black Panther and all that. I didn't mind us having some type of conflict of interest with that. I think it's just they drowned it out for so long in the movie. Did. We could have got like, because I wouldn't have wanted it as quick as you. I wouldn't want to go to like the next scene and then damn, like we don't even get a build up to her choosing.
I'm saying like she's building the heart-shaped herb, and then it's like, okay, now she Black Panther, now she beating ass. Yeah,
I would have wanted to see a couple of moments of her saying, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to pick up the mantle, blah, blah, blah. And then we get that later when she
but
finally
we never really got her saying that. She
it.
Never said that she didn't want to be it. It was just the fact that she couldn't recreate the heart-shaped herb, and that was the problem. It was never a conflict that she didn't want to be Black Panther, because you see after she created it, she took it like in the 10-minute span. Like she was fine with being Black Panther. It was the fact that she just couldn't recreate the herb though. So I think she was cool with always being next up. You know what I'm saying? It was just so much filler in between that it's like, oh damn, we finally get it at the end. But that was never her issue though.
I think it was
because that was always a problem. Because her mom always brought up the point of like, oh, Wakanda doesn't have a protector. Wakanda doesn't have a protector. So we could have killed all of that noise by having Black Panther at the beginning. Because so now we have a protector now. You know what I'm saying? So now government ain't even coming through and fucking with our shit because we already got that. They could try to come in with their heavy hitters, but we got Black Panther here as a protector. You feel me?
But the government can't do nothing anyway. The government couldn't do nothing, and all they had was the Dora Milaje. So y'all definitely can't do nothing now.
Yeah, exactly. But we just would have gotten the Black Panther sprinkled throughout the movie instead of just waiting until the end. We could have got it earlier, where it's like, okay, damn, okay, we already vibing with Shuri as Black Panther instead of getting her at the end, and then she do that whack ass shit by not killing Namor. It's like, damn, cuz I ain't really fucking with this shit. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
I would say my three biggest things I didn't like about the movie was, one, I agree with you. We didn't get enough Black Panther. I don't think 30 to 40 minutes out of 2 hours and 40 something minutes was not enough Black Panther. So that was a big issue. Second issue, I think there was just a lot of poor placement with the scenes and just poor time management with how long they drowned certain things out. And then three, I agree. Riri Williams' character could have been more serious. There could have been a more serious overall tone with the movie.
Exactly.
And I think they were a decent amount of serious. It's just they were more sad serious, not more we got to get our shit together serious. So those would be my biggest three negative takeaways. Like I said, not enough Black Panther, poor management with the time of certain scenes, and then just the seriousness tone of the movie. Those would be my three biggest negatives.
Because think about everybody that we're going to get in this Young Avengers, bro. We're going to get Ironheart, Riri Williams. We're going to get Miss Marvel. We're going to get Hawkeye, the woman version of Hawkeye. And all of them have the same type of personality where they're smart as hell and goofballs. Don't take shit serious. Who's going to be the serious person in the group? Who's going to be the leader of this group? You feel what I'm saying? If everybody got the same fucking personality, you feel me? I was telling my sister that shit yesterday. Everybody has the same thing. I said the only person who is different that's going to be in the Young Avengers is Kid Loki. That nigga gonna be a fucking killer. Other than Kid Loki, everybody got the same personality, bro.
Let's hope so.
Everybody else got the same personality.
I don't want us to jinx it and say, hey, he finna be the serious one. And then come find out he joking around just same as everyone. Especially because he a kid too and he young like the rest of them. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, he's Kid Loki and we know him to like be a killer from the Loki series. But he get around other kids, he start acting more kid-like, you know, and Marvel will find a way to make that shit goofy. I promise you they will.
Because they have to, because I'm pretty sure they have to play a big part in like killing Kang, you feel me? So it's like somebody has to take this shit serious. Y'all just can't be like little kids. Y'all got to be like mature in certain moments where it's like, okay, we got to get our shit together. Somebody has to rally this group. And at this point, I don't know who the hell is rallying this group. Y'all all got talent. Y'all all got cool powers and cool skills. But who's taking this shit serious? Is Hawkeye gonna take this shit serious? The female version, what we just seen? No. Riri Williams, nah. She cool. Miss Marvel, she the goofiest of all of them bitches. So it's like, no.
Let's not talk about her. Please let's not.
And the weird thing about this movie that I also want to dive into, bro, because I agree with you on the point that I love the way they showed off the Talokan Empire. Because that was dope. It was kind of high-key like an Avatar type of film when we were underwater and shit. I actually fuck with that. But Marvel did a weird thing that they usually never do, where they had good go up against good, and they showed you a lot of Wakanda, obviously, because that's the main priority. But they showed you a lot of the Talokan Empire. They give you backstory on Namor, how he was born, why everybody else in the civilization is blue, why he's regular skin. They give you all of this background. So it felt like it was good versus good instead of somebody being the enemy out of everything. So I remember you said that like one was the nemesis, like Namor was the nemesis, but it really didn't feel like that. It felt like it was just like one going up against the other. because Namor was showing her around the civilization like they was cool. It's like I didn't even feel like they were the enemy until they started to fight at the end, or when he flooded the civilization.
He was the antagonist of the film, but he wasn't the villain either. He was the antagonist in a sense of like that's who the protagonist is going.
And I understand what you're saying.
Of the film.
But because we talked about it before the movie came out, we thought the government was going to play a way bigger part in why these two were going out each other. I feel like we didn't get enough government points.
Oh, hell no, we didn't get enough of that. We did not. We didn't get enough at all.
Bro, we talked about except for that invasion at the beginning of the movie where the government tried to take the vibranium. When the fuck else do we talk about the government? They just pop up after shit has happened. They popped up after the fight on the bridge. We see Val pop up. We see Val in some other scenes, but we never see the government try to infiltrate the mines. You feel me? We didn't get enough government conflict and enough background on that's why these two are fighting. But it's like good versus good, but nothing is in between that. So it looks so weird when both of them are fighting. But you have backstory on both. Who is really the enemy out of these two? Okay, one flooded one civilization, but they still kind of cool. It's like what?
I didn't really want the government involved in anything at all because we clearly know at this point the U.S. government can't do shit when it comes to these other civilizations. Like,
but I'm just saying, in terms of causing a problem, I think they could have played a way bigger part in this film, bro.
No, I think the theories that I was seeing on Twitter would have been way better. Finding a way to throw Dr. Doom in this shit, and he's the person.
That's what I'm saying, like the intelligentsia and shit,
or the intelligentsia, the shit that we were getting in She-Hulk with the Wakanda spear, somebody selling Wakandan artifacts, like shit like that would have made a lot more sense than just the government trying to do the same old of stealing vibranium, and like that was such a cliche thing to where it's like, no. I don't care about the government. We know the government can't do anything when it comes to Wakanda. Y'all can't even beat the damn Dora Milaje. I know y'all can't do nothing with the Taliban people. Y'all can't even stop them from singing a hypnotizing song to have y'all walking yourselves into the damn ocean. So I'm not worried about the damn government at this point. Let Falcon and Winter Soldier, let people like them deal with the regular ass government. And the power broker. Even Spider-Man can fight better people than that.
See, we could have tied one of those in as somebody being the enemy here, bro. But
we could have tied somebody in. That's cameo.
That's my point, though, bro. But with it being good versus good, it didn't make sense on why they were fighting each other. When you're giving us backstory on both, it didn't make sense. Because it should have been somebody in between. This is the reason why we're fighting. Because they're fucking with both of us, making us fight. Like we talked about in the She-Hulk theory of the intelligentsia wanted to take the vibranium, and they're trying to take it from the Taliban, and they're trying to take it from Wakanda. But they probably think that they're taking it from each other. They think they're taking it from each other. That's what I mean. The government could have did that shit. But other than the government, it could have been somebody else. It could have been the intelligentsia, but it could have been somebody in between. That's the reason y'all fighting there. But we didn't have anybody like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I felt like we were missing something, and I felt like they were cutting out shit because I felt like Val was supposed to play a way more prominent role than what she did. Like she felt like she just popped up from scene to scene. It's just like, what is your real purpose other than just fucking with Ross for real?
We ain't getting no Thunderbolts hints, no Easter eggs with U.S. agent, or we ain't getting no. I don't know. She was too big of a cameo to not do anything with it. So
you feel, and then we don't get a post-credit scene. I'm thinking she's gonna show up in the post-credit scene at least. She's gonna have somebody that she's trying. No post-credit scene at all.
Let's talk about this. The first post-credit scene. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
I don't know what direction they're going in with introducing his son. I don't know where that fit into anything. Was that just for the fans? Was that just something for us to go all over? Or is this something y'all are going to try to incorporate later down the line that won't even make sense for real?
He's too young. Nigga's 6.
One, he's too young. Two, Nakia even said when she was talking to Shuri, she was like, we made the choice to raise him in Haiti so he doesn't have to deal with the pressures that Wakanda would have put on him of you're the next king in line. You 9 times out of 10 gonna have to prepare to be the next Black Panther when you are old enough. Like they didn't want him involved in any of that. So we're supposed to go from him being raised in Haiti, not being involved in any of that, to what we're gonna see him 5 years later and he get older and be like, yeah, I want to come back and I want to do everything now. Like, and it's
that's
just
how it's going to be.
Weird. It's gonna feel weird, bro. It's not gonna feel genuine. And I hope that was just something for the audience. If that was just something for us as fans and people who know what really happened to Chadwick Boseman, that's cool. That's a good heartfelt way to end the movie. But I just hope they don't try to incorporate him moving forward, because it's not gonna make sense.
Because that's what I was just about to say. Was it necessary? Like, there was no hints that she was pregnant anyway.
There was no hints.
Y'all really just threw that at her. She been gone for 6 years. She been gone. So nobody even knew she was pregnant. So it was no hints that nigga even had a kid. You just
we ain't even get no sexual scene. We ain't get no sexual scenes or intimate scenes of T'Challa and the kid. We've never gotten anything. So for her to just pop up and say, like, I left because I was pregnant and we didn't want to tell y'all, but we told y'all mom when the situation happened. It's like, okay, like that, like this has to be for the audience.
Bullshit, trying to hope it stick to the wall, bro.
Like this has to be for the audience. This can't really be like canon shit moving forward. It can't. That just got to be for the audience.
It can't, bro. Because he's just gonna stay in Haiti. Because there's nowhere that he really fits unless you just fast forward time, or maybe an alternate version of this kid comes back. Older. That's, I don't know, bro. Because it's
I don't
just
even
weird.
Want that.
It's just weird. It's just weird. And the fact that we got no other post-credit scene, that so nothing else really ties in with this movie. We just got that Black Panther will return at the end. Yeah, that whack ass. I said, come on, bro. Nothing ties in with this movie.
They be doing that every now and then with certain movies. They'll just put Doctor Strange will return, Thor will return.
We know he will return.
It's like, we know we're gonna see these people again. You don't have to put that. Like, I'd rather you just let the lights come on. Exactly,
bro. I'd rather you just put nothing like, damn, I just fucked out. Yes, I just missed something. It's like, bro, that shit is just waste of time, bro. Waste of time. Because like I said, I thought it was going to be something Val related. Like, Val is coming back. Maybe she's trying to mine something, or maybe she's recruiting somebody, you know what I'm saying, out of somewhere. Maybe she's talking to Namor, like, Namor, we would need your type of services. We need to get
some shit like that.
Some shit like that. Like, bro, the fact that, especially when you know Namor's intentions now is to eventually take over Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been dope just to see Val and him link up.
And we didn't get any damn, it was something we didn't get. We didn't get any link to, I wasn't necessarily expecting to, but we didn't get any link to Shang-Chi or anything like that with the earthquake with the beacon. Remember at the end of Shang-Chi, they were like, what's causing this earthquake with this beacon and whatnot? We didn't get any connection with that. We didn't get any Doctor Doom shit. I saw so many damn Doctor Doom theories on Twitter. I swear I thought I was spoiling.
I read an article that said he wasn't going to be in the movie, so I stopped thinking that. So I was like, okay.
I saw a lot of people saying he could be in there because of this reason. We ain't getting none of that. Didn't know.
Nobody was tied in other than Namor. Like, but I think Namor is going to play a big part, though. I think Namor is going to play a big part in the MCU, and that's why they.
Yeah, I love the fact how he told his story on how he was a mutant, and which he is in the comic books of Marvel. Namor is the first mutant, so I thought that was cool, and I love the way they explained it of how there wasn't just one meteor of vibranium that hit Earth in Wakanda. There had to have been another meteor that landed in the ocean, being that Earth is 70% water. And I thought that was cool. I was like, damn, I never would have thought of no shit like that. Because I was really wondering, like, how was he the first mutant? Like, what backstory are they gonna give? And that was a perfect backstory, bro. So that shit was cool. And how they had their own type of heart-shaped herb, but it was just like a water version or whatever. And he was half human, half water person or whatever, because he was still a fetus at the time. So he got his human traits and his water traits. So the shit was cool. Like the backstory on the Talokan tribe and all of that, and how they moved underwater and whatnot. That shit was cool. So a lot of the Namor stuff, I think they hit the nail on the head with a lot of that. It's just what we really went to the movie for, we didn't get fully. So, and it's no rip to Ryan Coogler. It's no, now Kevin Feige, we could rip him because it's like, hey, bro, you used to this. You used to dealing with random shit being thrown in the mix of you producing shit. But I still say if I had to give this movie a 1 out of 10 rating, 1 to 10 rating, I give it like a 7.5. And I'll say just with the fact that Chadwick dying in real life affecting the movie so much, there were going to be a lot of things we probably wouldn't have liked about this movie, no matter what way they went. And I think Ryan Coogler did do his best with giving us the best of what they could, because you couldn't give us a movie with no type of tribute to Chadwick, but then you don't want to give us a movie with too much Chadwick. And I think he was scared to not give us enough, so they gave us a whole bunch of it. It was like, that's not really what we wanted. But I think they did a decent job of introducing a new character and a new civilization with Namor and Talokan. So they hit the nail on the head with that. They did give us some type of Black Panther and some type of Ironheart. So I got to shoot them some type of bell. I got surprised as hell when her mom died. I was not expecting that at all. That threw me through a damn loop. I was not expecting the Angela Bassett character to die. So they did give us some type of surprise. And yeah, so I say 7.5 out of 10. A real average or above average Marvel grade. So yeah,
real phase 4 shit, because all phase 4 shit has been like it's been all right, but it ain't been nothing special, bro. And I think that's what phase 4 is missing. Hopefully when we jump into phase 5, because we starting it off with Ant-Man Quantumania, so it's like hopefully we jump into it, it's like, okay, some shit we ain't seen in a while. We ain't seen Kang since Loki, so it's like, especially with them going to like the quantum realm, I think that's gonna be some dope shit. But yeah, I think we were just trying to wrap this thing up. I think she's going to be back, but I don't think it will be in a Black Panther movie. I think she's just going to be a part of other people's series from now on. I don't think Black Panther will have their own movie, because they don't want to do this again where it's like, will we see her? Or will it be more of just her? I think they're just going to just have her just spot up in the Avengers. Okay, yeah, she's going to be here. She's going to be there. But I don't think it's going to be another Black Panther movie. And honestly, after watching this film, I was somebody who was really big against recasting Chadwick, but after watching it and seeing how this shit would have went down, they should have just recasted him, bro. They should have just recast. I would have been cool with them recasting Chadwick, bro.
Because if honestly, whoever they would have put, if they would have put somebody in Chadwick's shoes, first off, people weren't gonna fuck with it.
Because you could have had, bro. It's too much shit. There's too many possibilities, bro. Where Chadwick could have died. You get the multiverse version of him. It's too many possibilities of some shit happening. But you can have another Chadwick there.
We would have been going way out the fucking way with trying to have some multiverse shit out of nowhere that everybody would just be okay with.
This is the multiverse saga. This is the shit that's happening now. We didn't get anything related to the multiverse in this shit.
You can't just bring somebody new in and they expect all of Wakanda to be like, he's from a different universe, but he's Chadwick from another universe.
He don't even have to be accepted, but you just know that nigga is Black Panther, though. Niggas would have been cool with it, bro. It would have been a way better movie than what we got with this shit. I swear to God. It would have been a better movie.
Recasting Chadwick, because recasting major roles nowadays, bro, I don't think it hits the same as cinema back in the day, decades ago. You could replace an actor and nobody gives a fuck. But nowadays, I don't think it hits the same, because critics, like us as movie and show critics, we have such a low tolerance for lack of performance or not giving us the nostalgic feel of what we're watching. What we saw with Black Panther 2 and how legendary Black Panther 2 was, that would have been way too much fucking pressure to put on a new person you're introducing into the franchise. I'd rather put that pressure on somebody who's already been in the film, who people already know, than a random person. Because who are you going to get to do it? All notable names are already doing other shit. You already got Jonathan Majors somebody, bro. It could have been Jonathan Majors is playing Kang.
It's the same thing that you talk about with Wolverine, bro, where Wolverine is legendary, but somebody has to replace that nigga who we're not used to. And somebody's going to step in. Is he going to do the same role as Wolverine, Hugh Jackman? Probably not. But the nigga can get the job done, and he can give us still a good-ass movie. It would have been better than this shit, bro. It would have been better.
It's a different situation, because with Wolverine, it was written in the script of Logan that he would die.
You could have shown him dying in this one. You could have shown him dying in this one. You already showed him dying with the funeral. Yeah.
No, but it was an unpredicted thing because it was a real life circumstance that affected the entire script of the movie. They had to rewrite like half of this damn movie script because of something in real life that happened. Not something to where the Hugh Jackman version of this character died off. So now we can introduce a new character, a younger new character to go with the younger, mutants or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a different situation. And that's what I'm trying to say. I hope I'm saying it right, but I just think replacing Chadwick in this instance is way different than like that Logan shit. Because we can still bring back Hugh Jackman if we want to. We can't bring back Chadwick if we want to.
But I'm saying we could have moved forward with somebody else other than Hugh Jackman. If, for example, if we started another Wolverine or we started the X-Men, you give us another Hugh Jackman from another multiverse. That would have been cool.
Because you're restarting. You're not continuing. You could have restarted in this one.
Fuck it. He died. This whole shit is over with. Let's start over. All right, Chadwick is dead. He had an illness. Cool. We got another nigga come from a multiverse, especially when we're in a multiverse saga. We just seen Doctor Strange 2, how so many other variants can pop up in so many different universes out of nowhere. We could have had somebody, a Black Panther who was just time traveling, and he's seeing that this universe needed a protector. And he said, I have to stay here. They're under attack by the Telecon. I have to save this universe. And he ends up staying there and said, this universe needs me more than mine. That could have been the storyline, bro. Where he's time traveling and he say, fuck it, I'm here. Especially when we're in the multiverse saga.
Now we got to figure out why were you time traveling? Like, now we got to go into the whole reason.
Bro, this whole universe is time traveling. What you talking about, Doctor Strange 2? We see everybody fucking time traveling. That shit was
we know the reason. We know the reason with them.
What do you mean? What do you mean the reason? We got Kang hopping all over the place. We got Loki hopping. Niggas got shit now. Niggas got technology. Niggas got technology. We're too far.
We can't have a random T'Challa come in and say,
I'm telling you, bro.
Like, that's
we're too far into the multiverse to be questioning bullshit, to be questioning shit. Okay, that nigga hop from another universe. Okay, he gives us a nice little reasoning. Cool. He sees we need a protector. Cool. Okay, we're gonna accept that shit. We sees that we're under attack. He wants to fight for us. He ends up staying. Cool. It would have been better than that bullshit that we got at the end of this movie, bro. I promise to God it would have. I promise to God it would have, bro. It would have, bro.
I think going with Shuri was the best thing to do.
The basic choice.
It was the best thing to do, bro. Like,
it wasn't the best. It was the most.
Who could we have picked to recast as T'Challa, bro? Who could we have picked?
It doesn't matter, bro. Give us somebody new. Give us somebody new. Because anybody would have been critiqued, bro. Anybody would have been critiqued. You're going to get
anybody would have been
who it is,
but you still want to get the best quality of
Daniel. For sure, it's so many good black actors out there, bro. It's so many.
Daniel Kaluuya couldn't do it. Jonathan Majors.
I'm not saying he's already in the movie.
Michael B. Jordan already in it.
We just saying the basic of names, though, bro. That's you keeping it small. You keeping it in a box. I'm talking about it could have been anybody out here, bro. You just saying Jonathan Majors, Kaluuya, damn Stanfield. It's other actors out here who can act their ass off, bro. That's not those top 3 in the game right now, bro. That we could have said, oh, he could have been a good character. Damn, he would have made a good Black Panther. All right, let's get him in here.
I don't know.
Just because he's not Chadwick doesn't mean he wouldn't have played a great role. Just because he's not a top 3 actor in the game doesn't mean that he wouldn't have played a great performance in this movie.
No, I'm not saying that, but it's already but my point is, even if you pick a high caliber person, they were still going to be under pressure, no matter if you pick a high caliber person or a low caliber actor or whatever. But you still got to pick somebody in the same age range. That's why I'm continuing to name the people that I'm naming. Like, how many actors out there right now that you could just pull, and just be like, we need you to Chadwick Boseman shoot.
How long, bro? How long ago have they been writing this script, and how has Chadwick been gone?
At least 3 years.
You had a long period of you had a long period of time where you could have been going through the process. Like, okay, instead of doing this movie where we want to just completely shut him out and just go with Shuri, let's actually think about recasting. Let's have some people in. They had enough time where they could have said, "Damn, we need to get somebody else new. Let's see who else can make the fit." If nobody fit that role, then you roll with the Shuri script. Like, okay, we don't think anybody will fit it. We don't think it's a good fit. Cool. And then you roll with Shuri. But if somebody came in there and auditioned like, damn, he could be a nice replacement. Damn, we see the attention that he can bring. Come on, bro. I think that would have been way doper, bro. Especially when, and this is another thing I wanted to say, especially when we're in this woman empowerment era of all of these movies, honestly. It's like that. I think it would have been dope just to have a black male figure in the MCU still. You know what I'm saying? Especially with so many of them being women now, especially in the women empowerment era. We got Miss Marvel now. It's like so many women superheroes. And I know Shuri is a black woman, so she is definitely going to get put up on that mantle as well. But just Black Panther was something for being a black man, and I think that would have been some dope shit. Just continue on, you feel me? That's why I always brought up like Michael B. Jordan would have been cool to replace. Even M'Baku, goddamn, just a black male strong figure of like, damn, we have some background with him too. I think that shit just would have been dope, bro. I think we have enough of like the empowerment shit.
To your point, there is a lot of women empowerment stuff because you got She-Hulk, you got Miss Marvel, you got Captain Marvel. We're gonna get Captain Rambo. We got
Riri Williams getting her own show.
We got Riri Williams. That's 5 off rip. Yeah. So you can already replace the.
You got Hawkeye.
The new Hawkeye. You can already replace the new trilogy. How it was always Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. You can already replace them 3 right there with how many women superheroes we got now, and we're gonna get somebody else later down the line.
Girl with the hand over her face. What was the other girl in Hawkeye? The hand over her face. She ended up
Titania.
No, not in She-Hulk. She was in Hawkeye. She had the hand over her face.
The hand over her face.
Echo. Yep. That's another one. Echo. But yeah.
We ain't got that many men. We ain't got that many men left, honestly. Because Thor is like
he's
on his
leaving.
last leg.
Yeah,
like
he's leaving.
He'll probably be in like 1, maybe 2 more films, and then that's it. And then
we got Falcon.
Spider-Man.
We just got fucking Falcon, bro.
We got Spider-Man. Don't do that. We got Spider-Man. Spider-Man. What the hell?
Oh, they're talking about when Miles comes in. But for now,
we got Tom Holland too.
You said Tom Holland.
Tom Holland on just we're talking about specifically black people. I was talking about men. I'm about to say we got Spider-Man. What are we talking about?
I said, bro, I was like, nigga, when did Tom Holland become black?
Because we was talking about Thor, so I was like, we got Spider-Man.
I was talking about black male. I was like, y'all leaving us with nothing. We just got Falcon.
That boy gave Thor the black card.
Tom Holland become black.
That boy gave Thor the black card, but not Spider-Man. That's crazy.
When did I say Thor? You said Thor. You said Thor.
But we were talking about Thor, and then I said Spider-Man, and then you got confused.
Because you were saying that people. You were saying that. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. But I brought up the point was saying black male. Then you switched it to just male.
I was just talking about.
And I switched it back to black male. Okay,
yeah, we were talking about black male, then we only gonna talk about one person, but with just men in general, the male number is going down. Like,
so. It's a lot of women. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is because we dying off of men. It's still boys out here that want some representation too. That's all I'm gonna say. It is. But that's why I said all of these characters are becoming the same, but different races.
This movie was a 7.5 out of 10 for me. There were some things I did like. There were some things I didn't like. But I'll give it an above average Marvel score of 7.5. It wasn't as good as the first one. I didn't expect it to be. But I think Ryan Coogler did a good job with the situation he was given. And I think either way it went, this movie would face a lot of criticism just because of the fact, how do you carry on after such a great movie in Black Panther, a 10 out of 10 movie in Black Panther? How do you carry on from that when the Black Panther is no longer here? And I think he did the best of what he could with what he had. It just still didn't give us what we wanted in a sense. And I think that's just why we're still criticizing it as much as we are. But 7.5 out of 10, that's my grade for it.
I would probably get this shit by the 6.5, 6 out of 10, bro. I just wasn't a fan of it. Y'all heard my criticism. I liked it. I like certain parts of it. I like the Namor introduction. But there was just so many missing holes to me and so many things I think could have been better. I think you're shooting them a lot of bail, and as you should, because everything happened with Chadwick dying. Nobody expected that. Obviously, they had to rewrite the whole script, not expecting that. But I feel like they had enough time to give us something better than what they did. So I was kind of underwhelmed with it, but it's just in the feeling of Phase 4. It's just another all right movie to me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some people gonna say it's good, some people gonna say it's all right, but we're still not back to that Marvel standard of feeling like, damn. Everybody consistently or as a group feels like this movie was great. Like we're not at that point anymore. Like that's what we're not getting to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll get there when we get Avengers or Quantumania. Yeah, or Quantumania. So,
shit.
I don't know. So anything else?
Did I have anything else? Do you think there will be a Black Panther 3? Or do you think at the end when they said Black Panther will return, do you think we're just going to get Black Panther in cameo films now?
Yeah. So. I think she'll be in Avengers. I think we can see an extended cameo where she'll be in there for a long period of time, where she's actually involved in the movie and giving her own opinion. But I don't think there will be a Black Panther 3. I don't think Ryan Coogler wants the pressure of it having to still, because you're still going to always have that pressure of like, damn, is it going to be better than Black Panther 1 with Chadwick? People are still always going to have that in the back of their mind. Even after seeing this Black Panther 2, you give us a Black Panther 3, everything is going to be compared to that. And I don't think Coogler wants to go through another process of like, damn, I miss having Chadwick on the set. Damn, just his presence not being here.
Well, at least the immediate pressure is off now if you do it.
Yeah, the immediate pressure is off.
Because the immediate pressure was on with Black Panther 2 because we wanted to see so bad what the fuck are y'all going to do? Now that we've seen what y'all can do, it's like, okay, with the third one, it's like, now you have time with the third one to really give us some shit, to really sit there and make a real serious script and give a true, genuine, like, storyline. Because now you have a full time length before your next project. With Black Panther 2, like we were saying, they already had a date or a time frame. And I think they had already pushed it back a year longer than what they said they were going to do anyway. So, and with Marvel films, you got to fit the time frame because they can't push everything back. Like, and when they do push everything back, it's no longer than like a month or two. Like, they say Ant-Man was supposed to come out. Ant-Man was supposed to come. Actually, no,
it was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah, Ant-Man Quantumania was supposed to come out last year. They pushed that back. They pushed back the Thunderbolts. They pushed it back a few months, at most a year. So you're already playing with the time frame with that.
But what's the next plot? What's the next plot for Black Panther 3? That's what I don't understand, bro. You already fought with the people that's underneath your civilization with the Telecon. You can't do the government like you were saying. You could already. The government is too easy. So it's like just tie them in with the bigger plot of the Avengers taking down.
We gotta get more villains. We gotta get more villains now.
Gotta get more villains now.
We're getting a lot of anti-heroes and a lot of heroes, but we ain't really got no villains right now. And I think that's what we're missing because the villains we've been getting are trash.
And this is the thing about the anti-heroes. They're too much leaning in the hero direction than going the other way. You feel me? There should be some more anti-heroes that are on edge. We could be getting that with the Blaze and shit like that. But I feel like some more characters should be more on edge. Like what's my man name with the Moon Knight? Moon Knight should have been way more on edge, and it felt like he was a hero, bro. We need more people like Spawn, where Spawn, you understand the goodness that was trying to be in his heart being resurrected by the devil, but he always slayed it and leaned in the evil direction. I feel like that's how a lot of these anti-heroes should spin, bro. It shouldn't just be like, oh, everybody is going to be good at the end. Like, nah, some of these niggas should be bad. Some of these niggas should be evil. Yeah. Where that can be an anti-hero versus anti-hero thing where you don't know who you're really going for because it's like that.
Which will make Secret Wars so much fucking better. So.
Exactly. Instead of everybody just, we think everybody is good. Oh, no, some of these niggas are definitely villains.
Because you don't want that. You don't want to think everybody's good and then all of a sudden Secret Wars come now. Everybody got these different ass motives than what they've had like the last 3-4 years. Because now I'm looking like, no, now y'all just throwing in plots and shit. Like all of a sudden this person just goes bad when they could have been giving us signs of bad the whole fucking time. So in Captain America Civil War, that was the first time in the MCU that we actually saw heroes going against each other and people was choosing sides. Like I remember when that movie came out, niggas was not fucking with Captain America or not fucking with Iron Man, and it was serious. Like you had people choosing sides. But now I don't know what side we choose at this point because they're not drawing a fine line of who's clearly this or who's clearly this. It's like it just seems like everybody's on one side right now. So
exactly. So hopefully we get that sometime soon, bro. But anything else about this movie, bro? We're wrapping it up.
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. We appreciate you guys for listening. We got some more movie reviews coming up soon. We got Raising Kanan season 1 or season 2 review. We're about to do our Halloween recap. So we're going over everything that came out during Halloween time. We're talking about Barbarian, Smile, Don't Worry, Darling, Halloween Ends. We're giving a whole recap. All of those are going to be in one video. So definitely check that out as well. And what else we got coming up? We got some other ones. I think it's a couple more.
Damn. What else do we have coming up? We gotta do the Avatar review before Avatar.
We got the Avatar review, and I think that's it. For now.
Yeah,
man. We appreciate you guys for listening, and we out. Peace.
Be sure to follow and subscribe to the Q&E Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And feel free to listen to us anytime on all podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Submit all questions and inquiries to Q&E Podcast at gmail.com.